Hey folks, I'm Chris and I'm your Commander Mechanic, here with a quick one. We recently had a new legend spoiled from the upcoming Modern Horizons 2, Garth One-Eye. This iconic legendary creature from Magic's lore is based on Richard Garfield's D&D character and definitely shows his roots. As a WUBRG commander, costing one of each color, he can tap and create a copy of classic spells from all the way back to Magic's first set. This includes Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, and, oh yeah, last but not least, Black Lotus. You then get to cast these card copies, still paying all of the cost for them, at instant speed as it's part of Garth's ability. But there is a caveat, of course, that you can't choose the same spell twice, which is a fun way of trying to prevent me from breaking this card. But they can't stop me. Any card that makes a Black Lotus is one that I will exploit to make infinite Black Lotuses. From there, you can use your wealth of mana to create infinite Shivan Dragons or just Brain Geyser your opponents to death, if you're boring. The question then becomes, what do we need to break Garth? Well, the trick here is that if Garth becomes a new Garth via a flicker effect, or by recasting him, you can choose a mode you've chosen previously. And if we can give Garth here haste and flicker him whenever we want, voila! Infinite Black Lotuses for infinite mana. What pieces can we use to accomplish this is the next question. Well, let's address haste first. Anything that gives all of our creatures haste or all creatures haste would be the first step. So a Fervor or a Hammer of Purphoros or even a 1,000-year Elixir would give us the ability to use Garth's activation without summoning sickness. We could also look at Concordant Crossroads or Mass Hysteria if we want a lower-to-the-ground solution at the cost of giving your opponent's creatures haste too. In any of our infinite scenarios, we need haste, so redundancy here is important. I would even include things like Ashling's Prerogative to ensure we have enough ways to have static haste on all creatures. From here, let's see how we can infinitely blink Garth. There are a few options pulled from classic combos. First is using a spell like Ghostly Flicker. If we can copy Ghostly Flicker on the stack using a creature, say a Dualcaster Mage or a Naru Meha, we can target Garth and the Doubler to make more copies of Ghostly Flicker, tapping Garth and casting one of his spells each time. Once we make, say, 1,000,000 Black Lotuses, we can then make as many Shivan Dragons or as many massive Brain Geysers as we'd like. We could also use the World Gorger Dragon Animate Dead loop, which would blink all of our permanents, including lands, letting us tap them and a hasty Garth in between each dragon cycle. World Gorger entering the battlefield removes the Animate Dead, killing the dragon, and bringing back the Animate Dead to target the World Gorger Dragon again. We just tap Garth with the Animate Dead trigger on the stack, and we can rack up mana. We could also just pair a hasty Garth with a Deadeye Navigator. Since the Deadeye costs 2 to flicker and Lotus makes 3, we net 1 mana each loop. Once we make an arbitrarily large amount of blue mana, we rinse and repeat for every other color, making a hasty dragon army. Or we could be boring and Brain Geyser everyone. So leave it to Richard Garfield to once again break the game of Magic. Anything that says Black Lotus on it can't be busted, right? Let me know what you think of Garth One-Eye in the comments below, and remember, if you want to pre-order any singles or sealed product from Modern Horizons 2, check out my affiliates Hairy Tarantula and TCG Player, both linked in the description. And as always folks, good luck and have fun!